Hey, good morning, Alex. We are out here now in the just east of downtown here on 14th and near 7th, north of the W campus, just a few blocks north of 182 there. This morning we've been out looking at the damage, and really the past day or so our crews have been out. Renee, we've been seeing things out and about. Tell us about some things that you saw when you were out yesterday.
Sure, absolutely. The devastation, it was just jaw-dropping. You just felt for homeowners out there who were just picking up the pieces. I saw debris, tree limbs just looked like they were uprooted like trees, just sprawled across people's lawns. I also saw volunteers. A lot of church groups got active. They got out, they got their kitchen staff ready, and they were giving out water bottles and food to people who, don't have electricity and who can't cook at this time. So there were a lot of hands on the ground, a lot of cleanup underway yesterday.
There really was. I think one of my favorite quotes that I've heard from this is from Mr. Rogers. He says that in the disaster, look for the good among people. And there was a lot of good happening in Columbus yesterday, today, and in the days to come. We know that Convoy of Hope will be meeting at 8:30 here in town. We've got information on Facebook as well as on our website for things like that. So a lot of good is happening here. And I think even after the disaster, not only with the Columbus Fire and Rescue, the police here in town are responding. There was a lot of help from other agencies and other organizations and whatnot. I got the chance to speak to the assistant fire chief here with Columbus Fire and Rescue, and here's what he had to say about the recovery efforts immediately after the tornado.
As soon as we knew that there was a possibility of a severe weather, we reached out to neighboring communities of West Point and Starkville. Actually, last night we had assistance from Starkville Fire Department. Their fire chief and an engine company came over, helped us do some rescues. Along with them came West Point Fire Department along with their chief. Respectively, Chief Yarborough from Starkville Fire Department, Chief Warburton from West Point Fire Department brought crews over, helped us effect some rescues last night.
And so some of those rescue organizations and departments that came in really helped in the immediate aftermath of this storm. We had those people that were trapped in homes and whatnot and helping to recover. It's just amazing that all of the help that has come to help our friendly city here in the immediate aftermath of the disaster. I also want to say too, not only are we dealing with this tornado, this EF3 tornado that came through, we also have historic flooding ongoing right now. Neighborhoods on the west side are taking on water still. The river levels were cresting last night, this morning, and that's a good thing. But as we can see in some of this video here, last night the Columbus Fire and Rescue had to do rescue operations along Hummingbird Lane, west of the Walmart on 45. There's some neighborhoods and some houses along the river where they had to get out there and get people out because the water levels were trapping them in their homes. And just the double disasters, I guess, that we're facing here really is something that I don't think the city's faced in a long time, if ever.
I will definitely agree with you, and I saw some of that flooding out near East Columbus. Probst Park is completely flooded. The playground area you can barely see. The water was almost near the utility lines that hang near that park. So there's caution tape there reminding drivers to not use Probst Park as a shortcut. The flooding is just historic, and it's important that people heed the warnings and the advisories of our officials in this town. If you can't see the area, you can't see the roadway, don't go through the water.
Yeah, and that's something that we heard from the assistant fire chief and really everyone last night. If you could stay out of the disaster areas, that helps these crews with the cleanup efforts now that we are continuing to move from it here. And there still are power outages, there still are traffic lights out, but I do think I want to mention too, not only are we seeing that flooding here in Lowndes County, the flooding is area-wide. Calhoun County having problems with the flooding still today. The school district taking precautions there. The buses are not going up, but school is still in session. Flooding in Oxford, flooding all across this area. So we'll get through this, and we'll continue to recover here in the days to come all across our viewing area. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone who has been impacted.
Absolutely. It's just going to take some time to get through this extensive cleanup recovery part of the disaster that we're in.
Stay with us. We'll have more Sunrise after this.